Welcome to Discover Joyous Love with Anita DeFrancesco as your host. This is a hybrid of topics under the subjects of mindfulness, sexuality, and relationships. This is episode 36, and our topic this week is pickup lines. Choose mindfully, and I, as your love and relationship coach, say to choose mindfully for best results. So let's begin with, first of all, do we really need pickup lines these days with all the social media out there, recognizing people out and about from your social media page? You may have never met them before, but do we really need pickup lines? Because social media is so advanced that we pretty much know a lot of people in our kind of direct area where we would live if they're our friends, and we go to certain markets and things of that nature where we can run into people. But first of all, I want to start with, as a love and relationship coach, do we really need, first of all, pick up? That is really old and cliche. Pick up line. How about just meeting a person and not even having a line, just how to meet a person. A stranger, how to meet a stranger. But for purposes of the podcast today, Discover Joyous Love, we'll stick with the pickup line because this is what we're familiar with. And a lot of people are still into meeting someone in that way. But like I say, pickup lines are a thing of the past. When I want to meet someone, I'll just go up to them and introduce myself to them. Say, hello, I'm Anita. What's your name? Because we can do that today. We have our voice, especially women and men too, because of all the internet surfing and social media. We pretty much have our voice in that sense to remove the shame and remove the hiding and remove the shyness and the isolation that goes along with being rejected, of saying hello to someone. Now, if you're going to do a pickup line to someone, chances are you could be rejected, and you'd have to face that and deal with it and be on the defense if you're that type of person that can handle rejection. So I would say, as a love and relationship coach, is to just say hello to a person, make it as authentic as possible. You want to meet someone, you see someone that looks like someone you'd like to meet, and you just begin a conversation. And now I don't mean things like, the objectification. Oh, your body is really great, or your biceps, or you're sexy. I mean, these are the kind of things that can scare a woman away, unless she's really has a low self-esteem and she needs that buildup. So what I think for men is that men have this, this is what I'm going to tell you what I like. I like shallow versus intuitive. If you're going to meet someone and you want to start a conversation with them, be as truthful as you can, as compassionate as you can. You want to get to the person's heart. Are you looking for that person to like you or have a relationship? You may not even know any of that stuff because you haven't really met them yet. You just see a physical body, a physical person. And what I'm going to say is that the objectification, the cliche lines like you're sexy, your body's great, your abs are tight, you can throw all that away. Unless you're in the middle of a workout at the gym, and even that's a turnoff. Sexy, sexy, sexy. Oh, wow, your body is so good. I mean, that is really old, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you can get into my brain and compliment me for my talents, then that's great. You're going to pick me up. And if you can get into things that are more connected to my heart, like something that's authentic and kind and soft, and this is the real way, what a woman likes. And she may not even know it, that she would like you to connect to her heart or connect to something that's one of her talents. Now, for example, I'll give you an example. Well, let me give you an example of a few of my pickup lines. Just the other day, I was at the Italian festival here in South Philadelphia, where I live, and someone came up to me and said, I know you from Facebook, a guy, of course, and I like, oh, great. What a pickup line this is. How many people walk up to someone and say, I know you from Facebook? And I said, oh, I don't know you. And then he said his name, and I said, oh, my goodness. Yes, I recognize your name. We exchange posts and comment. So pictures, are different than what you see on the internet and in person. So I really recognize him, and I've never met him before. So your photo is a little different, and it's a little different on the internet as it would be in person. People just look different. So I thought that really wasn't a pickup line. That was just his way of introducing himself to me as his Facebook friend. And that's all that it was. And he went on his way. And, but that was very nice. Now, had he been someone that was interested in me and trying to pick me up, that would have been a great, what we'll say, pickup line, right? Hey, you're my friend on Facebook, but that wasn't the case here. It was just an authentic exchange of friendship. Then there was another time, I'm going to go back years and years ago when I was real young in my 20s, when pickup lines were really the thing. And I was at the Hedonism in Jamaica on one of those hedonistic kind of vacations for a week, where we went to toga parties, and everything was about getting into your body, your senses, your sexuality. And everyone was young and happening, it was, maybe it was the 1980s. And hedonism is still there in Jamaica. Much more advanced now. Everybody's into sex. Everybody's into naked. Everybody's into whatever. But back then, it was very shy. We weren't as open-minded sexually as we are today. So a guy comes up to me and he says to me, this is a great pickup line, folks. Guys, okay. It was very difficult at the time to get cigarettes. Marlboro was the cigarette people were smoking back then a lot in the Caribbean, on the island there. He come up to me and he said, if you can find someone here that has a cigarette, a Marlboro, ask some of the guests, walk around and ask the guests, I'll give you $100. That's how much I want a Marlboro cigarette. And I thought, whoa, what a great pickup line that is. So I faithfully ran around and found a Marlboro cigarette or cool cigarette, whatever it was, and gave it to this person. And the person gave me $100, and so it be. And then we became friends, and we stayed friends for a long time. And as a matter of fact, today I still know the person. But I thought that was, I don't know if that was a pickup line. I think it was a pickup line, because really I got picked up by this person, and I'll leave the rest to your imagination. And I was 25 years old. But now I will give you another example of a pickup line that was, I thought, one of the best. But I can't remember them all, but I'll give you one. I was doing yoga at the park during the pandemic, and someone came up to me, a man, and he said, wow, you really do those poses great. You must be a great teacher. And I thought, how do you know I'm a yoga teacher? He had the intuition. And this is what a woman really looks for. And I am a yoga teacher. And he was giving me a compliment, but he didn't know that. So that's what I admired about that so-called, whatever you want to call it, meeting this person line or pickup line. That he said, hey, you're really doing those yoga poses great. You must be a great teacher. Now, I don't know if he thought I was a teacher, or he did, or he thought I would be a great teacher to anyone, but I am a yoga teacher. So that was, I thought, very perceptive and intuitive, and not focusing in on my body or not focusing or objectifying me in any way, but just admiring the talent of yoga that I was doing, the pose. It was so unique and intricate, and to say the least here, that relationship lasted a year. So that was interesting, and I thought that was more touching, more a compassionate, intuitive. So what I think is being mindful, as my topic is today, I want to go over a few things with you, is that, as a love coach, I'm going to say pickup lines, choose mindfully. First of all, look at the person that you want to meet, guy or girl, whatever. What are they doing? What is the activity they're doing at hand? Like I was doing the yoga and the person complimented me and said I look like I'm a great teacher, which was truthful. So you want to sort of, and men, I have to say, men do more of the pickup lines. And they are very intuitive and insightful when it comes to a woman's senses. So a man can sense somewhat about her before he meets her. And so he has to sort of make this assessment before he goes up, because that pickup line could either make you or break you. It'll either make you or break you with this particular person. And it could be something that's offensive, which you don't want to go there. It could be something that sounds offensive in ways such as sexual or other things, insulting. The last thing you want to do is put that person on the defense that you're trying to have a conversation with. Remember, keep out objectification. So let me give you a few things here that I've outlined. Like I said, with the right pickup line, it could work. And like I said, keep away from the sexual, unless you find someone that's, even if the person, for example, she's in a bikini, she's on the beach, she's half naked, you don't want to go up to her and say, oh, wow, your body is great. How about when you're on a nude beach? You're not even supposed to look at the bodies or take photos or even have your cell phone out. So you have to get away from that desire when you're wanting to meet someone. Remember, forget about pickup. It's about meeting someone. Even if it does turn out to be a 1 week pickup, great sex for a week, whatever it turns out to be, you don't know what it could really be, what it really could become. It could become something very depthful in your life, very empowering. So we don't know this, right? Now, part of picking up someone or the pickup line is flirting. How to master the certain lines that move the heart, like I said. So I'm gathering some information here for my notes, but like I said, it's about connecting to the heart. Now, look, you're not going to connect to someone's heart instantly, but you also have to look at yourself, who you are, look at what they're doing, what is the activity, where are you, what's the weather like, are they eating something? You don't want to interrupt someone while they're having a conversation. You don't want to be blinking or looking or smiling. You want to introduce yourself to this person, but yet you want to be cool. Usually the men want to be cool. Women, on the other hand, they may just go over and say hello, like that's what I do. Or they may ask for help, like, oh, could you help me lift this? Or could you, and that's kind of like the man thing. Let me rescue her if she needs help. Or she's having a hard time lifting her boxes in the car from the food market. Simple things like that, but not necessarily is that a pickup line. Now, there's an icebreaker. It can be either authentic or cheesy. So remember, you got to look at who you are, and you got to look at your needs. How desperate are you to meet someone? I mean, are you like the kind of guy that wants to impress your friends or impress the woman or whomever that, hey, look what I'm going to go pick her up and look how great I am. So you have to get away from your ego is what I'm saying. It's either fail or triumph with a pickup line. And I say again, be mindful as the love coach here, as your love coach, be mindful of what you are going to say and how you're going to say it and the tone of your voice, the intonation, the inflection. You don't want to come off as angry or a complaint of some sort. You're in a store and you start complaining, and that's a great way to have a conversation with someone. That's not it at all. You just want to be as natural and authentic as possible. So it's a fail or triumph. Keep that in mind. Let's face it, men have all the lines. I got to say, I only gave you 3 of mine that I could really remember at the moment. But I mean, there are so many over the years, but a lot of them were sexual. And, I was young and, and when you're young, when I was younger, which I'm still young, but when I was younger in the 80s, it was all about the woman, obsessing her body, becoming more open and free. So sexual lines were more acceptable. Today, it's like everybody has sex. Oh yeah, she's, everybody dresses with half naked and whatever. So those lines are like old. Now, some people may need to feel that a pickup line should be complimentary or should be something that helps bring them out. So remember, you have the voice, but maybe the person you're wanting to talk to, maybe you look at them and you see that they're shy and maybe you want to help give them a little confidence booster. So be mindful of the words you choose. They could be to the body because maybe the person's a little overweight or something and they feel intimidated when they go to the gym with all the sleek, slim bodies that are rolling around and they might be a little bit on the chunky side. So sometimes it could work, but then again, you're not doing that as a motive to get to the bedroom or to get something. Let's be honest here. I mean, really, why do you want to pick somebody up? Or do you just want to meet someone? Let's go there. So the first impressions form quickly. A short window to show this person what you have. You have a short window to show the person what it is that you actually have, what it is that you're selling about yourself. Remember, it's a sales game, right? Offensive or creepy or too sexual will not work. In some instances, it will, but I'm going to say no. Okay? Sexy. Oh, hi, sexy. Men think that women want to hear you're sexy, you're gorgeous. Oh. They're the lines that never turn me on, even though I hit like on all of them on my Facebook all the time. They're the ones that come back with the heart lines. You're really talented and you're this and you're that. They come back with the lines that are authentic. They're the ones. I mean, the sexy is like, yeah, okay, everybody's sexy and everybody's naked on the internet. What's that? Everybody's naked today. We're naked. There's no reveal. Nobody's revealed. Everyone's showing their breast. Guys are showing their buttocks with the sagging pants. I mean, really, is this, come back in and give somebody some challenge, some imagination. Where's your sexual prowess? Where is your sex appeal? To get sex appeal, now some of us have sex appeal and some of us have to work at getting sex appeal by maybe dressing in a certain way and standing and gesturing in certain ways without showing any body parts. So let's just think about that. Now, here's the thing with pickup lines. It's all about, there's a couple, 5 or 6 things here. Tone, timing, delivery, intonation, gestures, and a statement or a question. So when you're going to pick up someone, are you going to make a statement or a question? Like the guy that came up to me the other day, don't I know you from Facebook? Or the guy with the yoga. Wow, you look like you're a great yoga teacher. Them poses are impressive. That was a statement. So you have to decide, what is it going to be? A question or a statement? I'm going to say I would not do the question. I would do the statement. Opening line makes or break the continued conversation. So the opening line could be the end to the conversation, or it could break it. Again, mindfulness, folks, mindfulness. The person of interest should not be able to tell it's a pickup. So the person that comes up to you, you're in the market and you're shopping and he or she, walks by you, they smell your essence, they see your long flowing hair or your short, buff, kind of whatever body, hair, head, and you want to have a conversation. But they should not be able to tell it's a pickup line. And it should be really smooth and authentic. Later on, as you get to know the person, if that's the case, you can tell them if it was a pickup line or not. Think in terms of conversation starters. Having a conversation, like I said, with all the social media, who needs a pickup line? I just go up to people. Hi, I think I know you from Facebook. Or like, hey, that's a great line, even if you don't know them from Facebook. That's a great pickup line, right? Make it personal, creating a connection. You want to create that connection. You want to be able to feel that there's some push and pull there, but yet some some staying, some groundedness. Okay, so this takes a little bit of mindfulness. Now, these are old. Hey, what's up? How are you, babe? Oh, you're sexy. Your biceps are hi. Now what would be normal? Hi, my name is, or, what is your name? Or just going up to someone and say, hi, my name is, I'd like to meet you. That would be okay too. I don't know how well that will go over too, but you got to remember who the person is. So assess the situation. Use your intuition. Gestures, the feet and shoulders. If they're feet and shoulders, now here, look at the body. I'm a somatic therapist. If the feet and shoulders are facing you after the pickup line, then that person is being receptive. So you have to study the body language to see the receptiveness. What is your body language? Are you turning away from them or continually toward them? Because after you do the pickup line, and they may be receptive to you, but then you may be like, I don't like this person already, or it just wasn't what I expected in the moment. Maybe you're expecting a specific look or a specific energy. Okay, we'll say energy, or maybe an attitude, or the way the person looks at you. But sometimes you'll do that, and then you'll realize that, oh, it's not really what you want. So look at your own body language. Look at that person's body language. If the shoulders turn toward you slightly, or the feet, there's some receptivity there, okay? Now, there is a study, which I don't have it, that says the human body processes compliments and rewards in the brain similar to how it processes and experiences orgasms. So complimenting someone, the human body processes compliments and rewards in the brain similar to how it processes and experiences orgasms. So maybe you want to compliment someone. And I'm not saying go up to her or him, oh, well, I really like your outfit, or, oh, I really like the way your body is. Or maybe they're on a bicycle. I really like that bike. Or they're on a Harley Davidson. I really love your motorcycle. That's pretty innocent. Think about innocent. Or, maybe they're, okay, if they're in a fancy car, don't be like, oh, you got a fancy car. That's really going to build the ego. Or even her, if she's in a fancy car. That's too cliche, like I said. Just little things that you can compliment them. Like, I really like your shoes. Okay, maybe that's a little awkward. That's like something I would say to someone, which I tend to do that. I love to look at men's feet. And I love to look at their shoes. And I always admire the shoes people wear. Believe it or not, I'm on the subway a lot, the train here in Philly. And these guys, these young like hip guys, hipster types, whatever, they're like in their 20s and they wear these really cool sneakers and shoes. And I'll go up and I'll say, wow, I really like those sneakers. Who puts them out? But I'm not trying to pick them up. They're just some young kid. But that's what I do. That's one thing. So maybe if I want to pick someone up, that will be a good line. Maybe at the airport is a good place to pick somebody up. You're traveling. Where are you going? Hey, where are you traveling to? Or are you going to the same country I'm going to? Or where have you traveled? I think travel is a good conversation with people. That's a good one. You don't have to be in an airport, though. The gym thing, it's old. Praise releases neurotransmitters in the brain. So if you praise someone, I'm not saying to go up to someone and say, oh my goodness, you are just the most gorgeous thing on earth, or whatever, or your hair. Yeah. That's all, it could all be ego building and trying to get them to like let their guard down, so to speak. But what I'm going to say is when you want to praise someone, it has to be realistic. Like, let's see, an example of praise would be, say you're in church or something, or you're at a, some kind of, I don't know, something of that nature. And you see someone and say, wow, the prayers are really heavy duty here, or the sermon was just in awe of us. I mean, that would be praising what activity you're in and talking about that in praise. But to praise someone would be maybe to look at them in a certain way, to look at them with a good karma, without words too. And then, of course, you can introduce yourself. Be original, personalization, authentic. I don't like phonies. I don't know. Maybe some people need that to kind of undo the layers of their ego, of their pain, of their traumas. Truth is to impress. Presenting yourself inaccurately will come back at you. So here's the truth. If you present yourself inaccurately and you do hook up with this person, it will come back to you in the end or somewhere along the line. So the first impression is everything. Okay, keeping that in mind. Now some no's here. Reusing old material is a no-no. Don't keep using those same lines on all the guys. Don't keep using those same lines on all the women you meet, or even the women. Commenting on the physical, you're hot, sexual. Again, get away from all that. Forcing something that's not there. Forcing something that's not there. Being too edgy or negative. So don't come off negative to the person like, oh, the traffic is horrible. I can't see. I'm waiting in this coffee line. Oh, forget it. She or he's going to run because you're already a complainer. You're already edgy. You got anger. You got a chip on your shoulder. If that's the case, and that's how you're going to start a conversation with an argument or about complaining about the line you're in the coffee shop, then that will kick you in the back. That will come back to you. So forget that. Okay, we're listening to Discover Joyous Love. I'm Anita DeFrancesco. This is episode 36 and pickup lines. Being mindful of the pickup lines, says the love coach, Anita here, DeFrancesco. Remember, you are a stranger to this person. Now, you don't know them, they don't know you. You're strangers. So see if you can open the heart and intimately connect and dance. It's a dance, okay? You're not really dancing, but it's a dance. Dancing with a stranger. So you're connecting the space in between you, tantrically, the energies. So keep that space that's in between the person you're focused on, the target that you want to pick up, communicate with. Think about that space in between you. Where are you coming from? What's going on with you? The male pickup is bad and worse. So it could be bad and worse. So just keeping that in mind. And remember, men do more of the pickup lines. Directness is the most successful. Hello, I'm Anita. Hello, I'm Tommy. Going up to someone directly, now you may scare the person off. They may be like, whoa, this person's kind of weird just coming up to me saying their name, because people aren't used to authenticity or realism or the real deal. They're not used to it. So you may get rejected. You better figure it out. But here, I hope my tips are helping you. Women use more direct, flippant, and let's see, women use direct, flippant, and unconscious pickup lines. So a woman would be more direct, but she would be coming from an unconscious place. Because the women automatically have the feeling right away up front. Flippant as well, because a woman feels that she can be, because the men are the dogs, so to speak. She feels she can be a little bit edgy or a little bit, holding on to herself. But not too much, not too flippant. Direct, want to go for a drink. That's too direct. You want to go for a drink. You're basically asking the person for a date and you don't even know them. Or you have nice eyes. That's a no-no. You have nice eyes. Or you have nice nail polish on. They're no-nos. Can I have your number? That's a real no-no. Okay, I'll tell you of another pickup that I had when I was just in Las Vegas. Someone come up to me, and a man, a younger guy, and he started talking to me, and he's asking me where I'm from, and then he said, this was his pickup line. I got something. I really got something underneath these pants. Do you want to go to my bedroom? And I thought, well, he's really being direct and honest. I just laughed. I just laughed at his face. I giggled. He really, I was amused. I was amused at his directness. I wasn't amused at the comment. I mean, the whole sex thing is like, it's like there's no more imagination anymore with sex. Anyhow, flippant. Shall we talk or continue to flirt? I always see you there. That's kind of flippant. So, shall we talk or continue flirting? Or I always see you there. Shall we continue to talk? I always see you at the gym. As a matter of fact, I met someone today that I always see at the gym and said, "Oh, I always see you at the gym, but I never talk to you." So, it's kind of like you have to figure it out. And the innocuous is, where did you get the tattoo? That's also a corny one about tattoos. I won't get into that. But that could be a conversation piece. Women who are self-conscious, shy, anxious, or looking for a friendly and considerate man. So you have those kind of women. You have women who are more outgoing, energetic, preferred humorous and direct lines. Now, humor is a good way, maybe telling a joke, creating comic relief right in the moment there. From men can usually do that. They love giving that comic, or they desire leadership characteristics in a mate. So women who are more outgoing and energetic, sometimes they are desiring a leadership kind of character to show up, or maybe they desire that in the end. But sometimes a comedic line can work. Women who are impulsive, aggressive, they like the bad boy types generally, and sometimes the sexual lines could work there. That's if you're, but you got to make sure she's open to it. You got to see through the lines. Pickup lines serve as, we're almost finished here. They serve as an advertisement filter, a screening device. You're advertising yourself. You're selling yourself. Hey, look at me. I'm going to give you my voice. So it is that moment, that voice, what's coming out of that voice of yours. And you know what? It just might work. Guys, add humor to the line and compassion and show your confidence. That's what I'm going to say. Add humor to whatever it is this pickup line is, compassion, and showing your confidence, that you have confidence, because that is what a woman likes. The line you choose says something about your personality. Thank you for tuning in to Discover Joy's Love. I am your host, Anita DeFrancesco. This is episode 36. You can find it on all of the, Google, Spotify, Amazon. And the topic today was, pickup lines. Choose mindfully, as Anita DeFrancesco, your love coach, says. For the best results, I can be found at tantrawisdom.com. And I have 2 books, Live Free, which can be found on Amazon, and I have a true crime book, the Donna Gentile Story.com, which can also be found on Amazon. And it is in case for those true crime people out there interested in reading that kind of stuff. Thank you for tuning in.